Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Hey, what's up? Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, this is
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
This is the Christmas podcast.
There's a lot of forms you got to fill out, then you got to go to the place. You have to wait
I
for
didn't
it.
fill out any forms.
Really?
No, I just went there. I was like,
He just gave a quick hand job and he was off, man. It was great.
Yeah.
Did you get it from like
You
a
just
dude
gave
in
him
the
a
back
quick
of
smile.
Like, did you get it from his trunk?
Do you know him?
He's like, wait, my name's not Gavin Fee.
There's a job that exists in this country that I've never seen in my home country, and that is a dude who stands at the side of the road with a sign, like waving it about.
Oh, yeah.
Now that guy has the job of a pole, a metal pole, and I guess
A dancing metal pole.
And I guess the
Yeah.
reason is that signs are more effective when they're moving around.
Yeah.
So he has the job of a badly placed, was it? I don't even know the word I'm trying to say. It's just not
Neither
like
do we. What are you trying to say?
I think it is. It's more. It goes for your guilt. And you,
yeah,
also
it's just
peop-
like a pole that's not put in properly and it's wobbling in the wind. He's got the job of that.
a poorly installed pole.
yeah.
It's like a nail short of a pole.
So I think another reason that they do that is when you're driving, you pay a lot more attention when you see someone standing there as opposed to just like, even if it was
Because
just
you
a
kind of
waving
feel
sign.
bad for them. You're like, well, they're holding that sign. Maybe I should go
Doesn't
buy
that
whatever
pay
they're
really
selling.
well though?
I think if you like can do all the tricks. Like
Yeah.
once you learn to spin, you get like double the hourly wage.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious at all, you fucking moron.
Are you kidding me?
You think they pay based on how?
No,
the
I
skill-
don't. I was being an asshole to you, but you just out-assholed me.
We went
Asshole.
to.
Gus will always out.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what it's like living
See the world.
a
through
day in the
Gus's
life
eyes.
of Gus, Gustavo.
Brandon wants you to put these in front of
Oh my God,
one
I
of the
hope this
cameras.
works.
I guess that
I
one over
really
there
hope
that's
this
on me.
works.
The one that's on me? That
We'll see how Gus sees himself in the mirror.
one.
You look so weird without glasses.
Yeah,
I
no,
hate it.
I used to wear contacts.
Yep, that looks about right. Oh my God.
I don't know what we were.
It even changes like
Which
the
is
focal
better?
length.
I know. Number one.
So you can see wider than the normal human. Do you have greater periphery?
Well, what's interesting is with you give me those.
Periphery.
I can't say anything. With glasses, my eyesight corrects to better than 20/20.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I can see 20/15.
Does that mean you can like see
So you
through
can see
things?
through
You
time.
can see the future.
Yeah, I can see the future. But anyway, so I go to get my eyes checked. The optometrist has like instead of like an old eye chart, she has this thing where she projects the letters, and you have to like
What, like
say what you
massive
see.
on the wall?
Right. So but it's still like at the same size. So I'm like, she's
So
like,
you
how
walk
bad are
in-
your eyes? And then I say, well, I typically can't see the big E on the chart. She's like, ah ha ha. So then like she projects the big E on the wall. I'm like,
laughed at you.
I know it's an E, but I can't see that. And she laughs, and I'm like, no, really, I can't see that.
And then you turn to the right and go, "I," and she's like, "No, that's the hat stand."
No, then she's like, oh, this one. Then she like adjusts it and it like projects this giant A that's like as big as the wall. That's like 10 feet tall. It's like, of course I can see that. It's like I
Meet me
felt
in the
like an
middle.
asshole.
Have you ever done something in public that was like really impressive and then just been really casual about it? So that
No, I
to
love
the public
attention.
you just seem like, yeah, I meant to do that.
There's been times where someone has like thrown something at me and I just like caught it without looking or anything.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
Just,
one
like, do it
time
all the
we were
time.
wrapping a podcast. I said something to Kara, and then I turned around and walked away. I said something mean to her. Of
course.
I turned around and walked
Yeah.
away. She tried to throw a bottle cap at me, and it came at me, and it like landed in my hand. Like I was just walking, and then like she threw the bottle cap, and it landed in the back of my hand. And I was like, I got a bottle cap in my hand. I turned around. She was like, holy shit, did that just happen?
My
Yeah.
favorite moment when Brandon and I were working on the Best of Red vs. Blue DVD. We were there late one night and we just looked at
You
a
mean
cut of
every night?
something. Yeah, no kidding. And we just looked at a cut of something and we had a bug that we had to fix. We fixed it. I was like, awesome. And we both instinctively put up our fists and bumped without looking at each other. We go, I need you to
Yeah,
volunteer.
yeah.
Just look forward. And I was like, that was awesome. And there was silence. I go, holy shit, did you? No, I was. He goes, no. And we just stared into each other's eyes for a moment. We're like, that was beautiful.
And then you kiss.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't like to talk about that stuff.
Because I've done stuff like I talked about on the podcast once where I would just like try and frisbee post into the post box and it goes in and then I walk like I meant to do it. I obviously meant to do it. But it's like, yeah.
How many times does that not work before it actually does work?
Actually, it worked the first time I did it.
Was there
Oh, you
anybody
son of a
there?
bitch.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
saw
There was
it?
people like walking towards me, just going like, but and I'm just like, whew. And I was with my friend Dan, and he's just like, and he just stopped, and I carried on walking like it's nothing.
What's
but Dan told me the story the other day about this guy because he's in the army, and he was recently in the desert doing. He's in
Desert
Jordan or
things.
something. But anyway, he was once with
Sweating.
like a line of dudes, and they were like stood to attention and stuff. And there was this wasp like flying around, and everyone's like trying to be like still and to attention, but everyone's kind of like trying not to get stung by this wasp. So they're like, and apparently this one like beefy dude just had his hands behind his back, and just the wasp was near him, and he just went, and like nutted it, and it fell on the ground. And he just goes,
That's awesome.
carries
Put it on.
it once to the ground, and then stamped it, and then carried on. And everyone else was like,
He's the hero the city needs right now.
Holy
That is
God.
amazing.
"Can you
That's
imagine just
badass.
being that dude?"
Is
Just be
this
like,
guy single? That's my question.
because I imagine like, because he's like meant to be like straight faced, like, he
Yeah.
probably nutted it, stamped it, and just carried on looking at it like it was nothing.
But on the inside, he was like, oh my
he's
God, oh
like-
my God, oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, that was incredible.
I should not be
I'm
alive.
such a fucking
What did he
badass
think would
right now.
happen? Like he surely couldn't have thought that he was gonna headbutt it to the ground.
How he would just feel like a huge asshole if he just missed.
Like
They
that.
like turned around and just stung him.
No one's ever gonna respect me again in the army.
Why you turn into a nerd?
to headbutt.
I
Push them
have
glasses.
That was me just actually being a nerd.
They're too heavy now that they've changed.
Have you ever seen how close Michael sits to his computer?
Yeah, well, it's because he's blind as dicks. He can't see anything.
He has glasses on.
think he's
Before
just
he
used
got
to
the
it.
glasses, he probably sat like this close to his
Yeah.
monitor.
You just see him hunched over. He's like, right. He must feel the warmth of the monitor against his
Yeah,
face.
monitors. So
Sounds like the best
some
and
Boy
worst
Scout
thing ever.
camps
Where's
do this
best?
where you have to go like on a 100-yard dash or whatever, right?
Okay.
And there's two different ways to run the race. You can either carry wet cow shit in your hands while you run it, or you carry dry cow shit in your mouth.
Oh! What the fuck? kind of Boy
Definitely,
Scout camp did you
definitely
go
the
to?
hands is
I-
what I would. opt
So, Gavin, if you had those two options, which would you choose?
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would honestly do dry mouth. Like, could you? No, hold on.
Hold-
Do you mean like?
hold on,
like
hold on, hold
wait,
on.
hold on, wait. Do you mean like in your mouth, like closed, or like I could?
You
hold
could
it
do
with
that.
my
You could do
lips?
that.
I'd hold it with my lips.
How bad is wet cow shit? That you
I don't know.
Like
It's
dry
something like
cow
it's
shit.
something about it being. It's something about it being wet.
All right. Just
It's like wet bread, you
can
know.
we code name wet cow shit to something else, like
Wet bread.
Runny green wet cow shit. Is that better?
Stop!
No, stop it. He's sitting next to me. Stop it.
Oh my
so
God!
watery.
If you chuck biscuits, this is gonna be a Christmas miracle. Oh my
Chuck like
God!
biscuits covered
Gavin,
in
think of
Wet
cows.
biscuits.
No, let him go. Let her go.
Think
I'm
of-
gonna make you vomit one of these
Which
days.
would you go with, Barbara?
I would definitely carry
Yeah.
in my hands.
I don't
I'm
care
not
what's
gonna
in my
say
hands.
what.
I will say this: the dry stuff is remarkably like hay. It's
No, yeah,
remarkably
no, it's
just
not a
like
big deal.
straw.
Were you
yeah.
in the Boy Scouts?
So
Yeah, I was a
Oh,
Boy,
right on, dude.
I was a Boy Scout for a
so
long
let me
time.
What
get
rank did you make it to?
I was gonna be Eagle, but I quit at the last minute.
Hey, that happens.
Gavin.
Well, cheers, dude.
Yeah.
so you did put it in your mouth.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What?
It's just like
It's
hay
way
with-
better because
Wait, why
it's
do
not
you
a-
know?
Well,
You
here,
don't
let me
even know
t-
what this
let-
is.
I've seen cow shit.
Well, let me
before,
tell you something
Kerry.
else. The reason, and it's gonna sound dumb, the reason you do that is because you're like out in the middle of nowhere, and it's not like once you're done, you can just wash your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's in
okay.
your fucking mouth. What if your
It's
teeth
just,
accidentally?
it's just like hay.
Yeah.
It's really
It's
not
really
a big
it's
deal.
not a big deal.
Except it's shit.
Except it's shit.
Yeah.
It
He gets
was. It was been dried out.
Gavin?
You say it's all about the texture. So what if
If you
someone
have really
took?
grainy piss, you know.
What if someone took shit and blended it up so it was so it was liquid? So it was liquid.
Even better. What if it's diarrhea?
What if it's diarrhea? It's liquid. There's no
we are
texture
a
in
classy
there.
bunch. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. To all the families at home, by the way.
I never wear anything made out of nylon when I get on a plane
Why is that?
because nylon will catch fire,
Yeah.
and it also has a relatively low melting point to where it will melt itself onto your skin.
Whoa.
Wait, what does that have to do with the plane?
If
If you're ever
crashed.
in an accident or a crash,
Yeah,
and
but
you need to escape.
jet fuel is kind of flammable as well.
A little bit, a little bit.
Imagine if you're wearing.
Yeah, but you don't want to do anything to increase the odds.
Yeah, it'll be so
so don't
much-
ever wear
so much
pantyhose on a
worse.
plane.
Yes.
I don't
sir.
know why I'm
Barbara.
pointing to you, all you as well.
Yeah.
One of my friends is really into. He's really into cars, and everything in his car is immaculate, and you can never eat or drink. And one time he was driving us into. He was like the designated driver, and there was like 4 of us in the car.
Oh God.
And we bought a load of cans of beer. He's like, "You can't drink those in my car." It's like, "Come on, I'm gonna have a few bevs on the way." So we
You're an
eventually
asshole.
convinced him.
Bevs.
And yeah. So we got a load of.
illegal.
Well, like the open.
Okay, whatever.
the fact that
There's
it's
no
bad for the
cops that
car,
watch this
isn't
podcast.
that-
All right,
Okay.
continue. So if we convinced him, eventually he says, you spill it, you're walking. If you spill anything in my car, I'll kick you out. And we're driving along, and all of a sudden there's a red light, and we've all got beers in our hand, and I'm holding the rest
Like,
of the
are they in a
beers.
bottle or are they?
No, they're in cans.
Okay.
And I've got the second bunch of cans, like in a 6-pack. And so we break on. I'm like, oh, I'm focusing on this, and I put my arm around the other bunch of cans.
Yeah.
But like we stop really forcefully, and everyone's going forwards and like holding their beer, and one of them like flies out of the twat thing on the top.
Uh-huh.
And do you ever play twat?
No.
So once you're done with beer, everyone puts their arm through one of the beer can holes, and you pull away, and whoever's left with the big bit is the twat. That's a different game.
Wow, I never heard of that.
We'll
Okay.
play
Wow.
twat one
Yeah,
day.
that's
But anyway, this
We should play on the podcast next time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So anyway, this can of beer flies out of the twat and spins and lands like right in the middle of the car because I'm sat in the middle in the back seat,
Yeah.
and it just goes and splits and goes like in every direction over
Oh
us.
my
And
God.
because we've stopped so hard, my seatbelt is locked. So I'm reaching forward to try and get. I'm like. and he just turns around and gets showered with beer and he starts punching the steering wheel. So from like from a bystander's point of view, this car screeched to a halt at a red light and then went beer is like sliding down the inside of the
That's
window.
his own fault for stopping so hard.
Yeah, he
You're just a shit
drives like
driver.
he drives like a mentalist. He
Yeah.
actually
He
crashed.
also has asshole friends in
Yeah.
Poor Taste and Company.
No, that's his fault.
Yeah, he's the one who crashed his car with me in it. It was just me and him, and he was just taking corners too fast. And we lost grip going around a corner. We spun into the other side of the road. Like if there was a car coming the other way, it would have hit like me. It would have hit me.
Jesus.
But everything
you,
was
Gavin,
fine.
stop
We like we slid over and hit the barrier and then bounced back onto our side.
Jesus.
It wasn't that fast. It's probably like 60 or something, so we were fine. Except I braced myself. And
60 miles an hour?
60
Yeah.
kilometers,
Okay.
no?
Now these miles.
Yeah, 60
Oh, that's
miles an
pretty
hour.
fast.
So we lose grip, and that moment when you lose grip, you're like, "Ugh, better hold on." And like nothing happened inside the car except for one airbag went off in the side and just punched the side of my head. So like he was like none of his airbags went off, and I was like, "Ugh." So I was more injured by the airbag going off than the actual impact to the car.
Brake sensor scary.
In slow-mo, you see the train like drive all the way through the car, like to the point where it smashed one door against the other, like it's flat, and the rest of it is wrapped around. But the wheels haven't moved yet on the car.
Yeah.
So like
Oh
it
my
basically just
God.
like
Everything
yeah, it just
there.
crushes the car into
That's
itself
horrifying.
and then pushes it. And it's like
Well, aren't
you would
most
not.
cars designed to like collapse into
Not
themselves?
like that.
Why would they be designed that way?
Well, no, this
We
purpose
want to
was
make
like,
sure that
Yeah,
the
the
family
engine's
driving this
designed to fall,
kills
the-
fast.
The
Dies
hood's
fast.
supposed to come in, or the front of the car, the back end as well. But at that point, not like that.
Jeez,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
There would be like we can link the clip. It's on YouTube.
Hey, well, oh, no. Let's go back to this.
No, let's just
Have
assume
you
they'll
ever
go fine.
jacked off with your offhand?
Nope.
I switched a while ago, and that's all I do
Oh, you
now.
switched?
Wait.
To the offhand?
Yeah.
Like Sword Art Online. Sorry, that's
Like
a
you're
Switch.
becoming
Switch.
ambidextrous?
Like I'm right-handed.
like
I
Will
switched my left
Smith's
hand.
single.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Why?
Which
I don't
hand-
know.
which
I
hand did
think
you-
it was the same
One
kind of
day
thing
you were
like-
like, one day you turn to your right hand, you're like, look, we've had some good times together. But you know
But
what?
there's
I think
someone
it's
else.
I'm sorry.
this is awkward.
It's your twin.
Yeah, I think maybe it was the same kind. I can't remember. Maybe it was the same kind of thing. Like I couldn't use this hand for a while or something, and then now it's just like
What
now I'm
about-
just so uncoordinated.
Is there
with
anything
this one.
else?
Calluses on your hand from masturbating so much.
You're
that
like,
just-
oh,
I
this
think, oh, I
one's
gotta give you
so
a break.
fresh and clean and pure.
Well, I'm talking about this
He wanted
now.
to get his muscles even in each
Yeah.
arm.
What,
Yeah.
what about
Alright,
you,
Gavin.
Gavin?
No, I've never done that.
Offhand? Barbara?
Barbara?
No, never. I've tried. It doesn't work.
This is-
You don't have the same kind of like.
yeah. The same like fine motor control.
Like
Yeah.
I
I didn't have the
think
same emotional connection.
I'm not sure whether just having the dominant hand is just so much better than the other one, but I think my left hand has special needs. I think it's like I think it's retarded.
It's just your left hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
It can't do anything.
Oh my
I
god.
don't think I've ever used my left hand. Like the same as you. I don't feel like it doesn't have like the
Have you
right
ever-
I'm
control.
saying sometimes maybe you're alone, not what's going on, light some
Sometimes.
You know,
candles,
sometimes you're alone when
Get
you
some scented
masturbate,
Get some
Kerry.
wine.
Just
you know,
sometimes.
and just try it out. You know.
Have you ever tried
Who
sitting
knows?
on your dominant hand, making it go numb, and then
No.
going to
No.
town?
No. But I've had my hand fall asleep.
Three of us said no. One of us was like,
I tried, didn't work.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
It's called the stranger.
Yeah.
what
No,
didn't
you
work
get the feeling
about it?
back too quickly.
We're gonna talk about this too much. What happened? Like, was it like
Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad.
Did your hand start hurting or something?
Yeah, I
Or
was
could you
like,
just not
well,
do
no,
anything?
because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm sitting on my hand, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? I could be jerking off.
I'm wasting time.
that's what the other hand's for?
I'm wasting precious
Valuable
People are
time.
gonna be home
You
soon.
could be practicing with your offhand while you warm up the other one.
You know, you have this figured out way better
It's
than
efficiency.
I do. Oh,
so
Jesus.
so
All right, Monty.
you now only use your left hand.
Yeah.
Do you
How
talk
do
to
you
your right
get
hand
this-
from time to time? Like, are y'all still friends?
Did
Did
your
your right hand
hand
invite you to a party?
Did it invite
It
you to your
tries,
first birthday
But
party?
it's just it doesn't.
Do you ever use both at the same time?
for that? No. How else am I gonna answer that? Come on.
like
That?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, Kerry, you're too Okay, we have dick conversations a lot. You're too modest about the size of your dick. I'm just gonna say it. I'm convinced that you have a huge dick.
Dude, I've heard this from several people.
How is this? How,
Talking about my dick.
No, seriously, word on the street is you have an absolute corker.
We'll leave it at that.
All right, so next
Ripley's
topic.
believe it or not.
Yeah. Look, I'm short.
Maybe
Who
it's
knows
just-
what happened?
maybe it's
Where'd the rest of it go? That's all I'm gonna say.
Where'd the rest of your
What
height
you
go?
lack in feet, you make up in inches.
wow, I've never heard that before.
That's a good
Thank you.
phrase.
That's a good one. Did you just make that
I
up?
just made that up.
Can I get my business cards reprinted?
You totally should. That's awesome.
Quote for podcasts. 198. Is it which one? What number are we on?
Yeah, 98.
Wow.
198.
Wow.
198. What you make up? What was it?
What
you
I lack in feet, I make up 4 inches.
There you go.
All right.
That's Kerry's.
That's
new
gonna go on my
bio.
tombstone.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
That may be the best thing I've heard all year.
I get so many messages from people on the site asking me how I put up with all this toilet humor.
She's worse.
I
She's
was
the
gonna
worst.
say, what?
And then I
Yeah.
respond with, I'm worse than everyone
Yeah.
on this
Terrible.
podcast.
She
Terrible.
jerks it constantly, right?
What did you just say? What did you just say?
But yes,
Right?
constantly.
I know.
you
God, I
say
walk
you
into the
jerk
office.
it
I'm like, God,
constantly?
Barbara, go home.
There's
Yep.
a reason the camera is like, stop here.
It's true. My hands are busy.
Well, you grew up with brothers, so.
I did. Brothers and then all of their friends that are all dudes.
Wait.
Were you around then when they masturbated too?
No, just like,
Why does growing up with brothers make?
Well, because
like,
you're used to hearing that
Yeah.
type of conversation.
Yeah.
Like you have the most conversations with.
like I don't know how to communicate with girls. I'm just like, hey, that's pretty shirt. Like I don't know what to do. Whereas with guys, I'm just like, yeah,
Dicks,
masturbation.
right? Totally.
Yeah.
You're good at
Jizz.
burps. as
Scratching
well.
yourself. Great.
I'm good at burps. I'm good at
Yeah.
all the male
Allie's really good at burps.
stuff.
She is good at burps.
She's really good
Yeah.
at burps.
She's done some impressive ones.
Interesting.
Cool.
Shout out to Allie.
Shout out to our talented Allie and her.
I don't
Burps.
like to talk about that a lot though. Like, hey,
Burping?
I'm really
or-
good at burping. Sup?
Yeah.
Like it's not something that I
That's not
think
your
it's.
pickup line?
No.
We should try it. I mean,
Can
you
you
ever-
can you burp on demand?
I could do like
That sounds
tiny little burps on demand.
Go for
They're
it.
not. They're
Can
not
anybody do
impressive,
that?
though.
okay.
No, but conveniently
I have a weird thing.
burp.
I couldn't burp until I was 12.
Nice.
I couldn't burp for like most of my life.
It was like that Family Guy clip where Peter farts for the first time. You're like, what the fuck was that?